If you are someone living with IBS, you probably know how exhausting it is when your brain seems stuck on what if mode. Whether it's worrying about how far you are from a bathroom or wondering how your stomach will behave on a big day, these thoughts can be really all consuming. But what if I told you that worry is often your brain's way of trying to help, though it doesn't always do a great job at it? Now, if you're new to the channel, my name is Jayne. I'm a psychotherapist and gut directed hypnotherapist. And for the past 7 years, I've been helping IBS sufferers take back control of their gut symptoms and anxiety. And learning how to handle uncertainty is an important part of taking back control. So let's start by asking the question, why do we worry? Well, our brains hate uncertainty. It's wired into us to crave control and predictability because uncertainty feels unsafe. So when you think about something uncertain, like flying in a plane, attending a social event, or even trying a new food, your brain tries to prepare you by imagining the worst case scenario. It thinks, what if I have an IBS flare up mid flight and I can't make it to the bathroom? Or what if I eat this and I end up being in so much pain that I have to leave this event? These thoughts are your brain's attempt to protect you, but they can keep you in a constant state of stress, which, as you know, can worsen your IBS symptoms. Because when you're stuck in worry mode, your brain triggers a stress response. This can tighten your stomach, slow digestion, or even speed things up depending on your body's unique IBS pattern. So, the very thing that your brain is trying to protect you from, the discomfort and the symptoms of a flare up, actually becomes more likely because of the worry. It's like trying to put out a fire by throwing petrol on top of it. So, let's talk about three powerful CBT strategies that you can use to help break this worry cycle and actually increase your tolerance for uncertainty. Let's first start with identifying your worry themes. Now, most of us instinctively push away the worry to the back of our minds. We tell ourselves, stop thinking about it, stop thinking about it, or we distract ourselves with something else. But here's the thing, those worries don't disappear. They just sit there back here and they just wait to pop back up again, often at the worst possible moments. So instead, I want you to do something different. I want you to bring those back of mind thoughts forward into the light, and I want you to start writing down those what if thoughts. Now, it might feel uncomfortable at first, but this step is actually really powerful. For example, you might write down, what if I have to ask someone to move so I can get to the bathroom? Or what if my symptoms start in the middle of that meeting? These thoughts might feel repetitive or even overwhelming at first, but when you start to get them out of your head and onto paper, you'll start to notice patterns. Maybe you realize that most of the worries you have are about situations where you feel trapped or you're unable to leave. Once you see these themes, you can begin to understand how your brain is reacting to uncertainty. It's a bit like creating a map of your anxiety. You can't navigate through it if you don't know where the trouble spots are. Now, our brains are amazing at creating these vivid worst case scenarios because they think they're helping us prepare for danger. But most of the time, these fears are exaggerated or highly unlikely to happen. So here's what I want you to do. When a worry pops up, I want you to ask yourself these three questions. First, what's the actual evidence that this will happen? Second, if it does happen, what's the most realistic outcome? And thirdly, how would I handle it if it did happen? Let's take an example. If you're worried about having an IBS flare up on a flight, your brain might jump to, what if I can't make it to the bathroom in time and I embarrass myself in front of everyone? Now, I want you to stop and I want you to challenge that thought. First of all, what's the evidence? Most planes have toilets nearby, and you can also ask a flight attendant for help if you need it. Second, what's the realistic outcome? The worst might be feeling uncomfortable while waiting for the bathroom, but you'll handle it. When you break it down, you realize that your worst case scenario isn't as catastrophic as your brain makes it out to be. And if something does go wrong, I want you to remind yourself that you've handled hard situations before and you can get through this one too. This step helps you to shrink down those big, scary what ifs to a more manageable size. Finally, let's talk about building your tolerance levels for uncertainty. This is a really important skill for managing anxiety and IBS because, let's face it, life is full of unknowns. And for someone with IBS, you'll know that uncertainty can feel even more intimidating. But the good news is that tolerance for uncertainty is like a muscle. You can build it gradually. And I want you to start with small, low stakes situations where the what ifs feel manageable. So, for example, taking a 10-minute walk around your neighbourhood without planning where the nearest toilets are, or trying a new food at home before ordering it out at a restaurant. The goal isn't to dive into situations that feel overwhelming. It's about gently stretching and increasing your comfort zone in a way that feels safe. Each time you face uncertainty and nothing catastrophic happens, your brain learns, okay, maybe I don't need to panic about this. Over time, you'll build more confidence and resilience. You'll find yourself expanding your comfort zone more and more until situations that once felt impossible actually start to feel manageable. Remember, it's not about eliminating uncertainty, it's about learning how to live with it. The more you practice, the more your brain will understand that uncertainty isn't a threat, and the less power those what if thoughts will have over you. By practicing these strategies, you can turn down the noise of worry and create space for calm and clarity. And if you're looking for more tools on how to manage worry, my Calm Gut app offers CBT based exercises and guided hypnosis sessions to help support you on this journey. So let me know down in the comments what's one worry that you'd like to work on. And if worry is a challenge for you, then check out this next video, which guides you through another strategy to help contain worry and takes you through a process of creating something called a worry time. It's a simple and powerful tool to help you avoid overthinking throughout the day.